everyone, it is the Deafening Silence coming at you with another video, ASMR style. This thing is dusty. As you can see, it's been sitting here for a while, but within it is my Yugioh collection, or at least a good portion of it. I actually have hundreds of commons and random stuff in a big bag somewhere else, but these are my cards that were either rare or just really valuable to me. And I took this game a lot more seriously than I did Pokemon back, well, hold on, let me pronounce that right, Pokemon, back whenever it got big in the US. And because I grew up with it as a kid, the first page may not be all that of a surprise to you. Yes, we are looking at Dark Magicians from the starter deck Yugioh. Dark Magicians here from, I'm not sure, it was a structure deck? I believe it was a structure deck. And then we got 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Yes, I am Seto Kaiba. 2 of these were from the starter deck Kaiba. Growing up as a kid, loved playing with Dark Magician and Blue Eyes decks, and Dark Magician is probably my favorite monster. That's kind of, probably a cliche thing for people like me that grew up with the game to say, but I love all the different artworks that they came up for these, and all the different support cards they have for them. I think it's really cool. This next page doesn't have anything particularly valuable in monetary, but it has a lot of value to me. This card right here, Cybersaurus, is my first ever Yu-Gi-Oh card in my current collection. The reason I say current is because Silverfang down here, when I was a kid, a friend of mine that grew up on the street, we collected Pokemon cards together, and he got into Yu-Gi-Oh earlier than I did, and he gave me Silverfang, M-Warrior #1, and Legendary Sword, which increases a warrior's attack and defense by 300. My dad, knowing what I had known with the Pokemon cards, I think I mentioned that in my first video, he made me send these cards back to the kid because he was, strict. But after my parents split and I lived with my mom, she was fine with me having the cards as long as I didn't do anything stupid. And so after I got a Silverfang again, I was like, very thrilled because it was my first ever card, technically. And I love wolves. So it's a card that holds a big place in my heart. Plus, Yuki used it in the anime. But back to Cybersaurus. After I had gotten rid of these cards and my parents had split, I was going to public school. It's my second public school in 2 years. And of course, at that time, everybody was into Pokemon, but Yu-Gi-Oh was coming over to the US in the form of the anime, the card games. I don't think there was any video games yet, but there might have been. And kids were starting to show up with them at school. I saw a kid give up like his entire Pokemon deck for a Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I was seeing kids, duel with them, and it looked cool and everything. Well, there was a kid there, and he had Cybersaurus and Punished Eagle, another early card from back in the day. And I got both of those from him for 50 cents. And that started my Yu-Gi-Oh collection officially. And I don't have Punished Eagle anymore, sadly. I think I traded it for something. If I had known, I would have kept it. This card right here was in the very first pack of cards I ever got, they were Japanese. I didn't know that when I was getting them. I wish the guy at the counter had told me something because I was a kid. But I remember distinctly there was Guardian of the Labyrinth and then the Gross Ghost of Fled Dreams in it. There's a lot of zombie cards and stuff. And there was a kid at school that was interested in the Japanese cards, and along with that and Digimon cards that I had, he traded me some English cards for him, and that sort of also helped jumpstart my Yu-Gi-Oh collection. This right here is a Cursed Dragon from back in the day. I believe I traded for this one. All the cards that are actually mine that I got are in pretty good condition. But this was my first Cursed Dragon. I loved the card. I loved the monster in the anime. It looked really cool. The Luster Dragons, they are sentimental to me. I used them in every single video game of Yu-Gi-Oh that I played because they were so good, right? And especially Luster Dragon right here, number 1. Deep Sea Warrior was another early card for me. I just remember thinking it was the coolest looking Yu-Gi-Oh card back when I was a kid, and I traded for this one, and it's admittedly not a good card, but I really liked it. Baby Dragon, of course. Loved Baby Dragon in the anime with Joey using it, and it's such a cute, cool looking dragon. And I did duel with it a little bit back in the day. I dueled pretty consistently up until about 2005 or so, and I was decent at it. I don't know if I could have went and won a tournament, but I was solid. I generally was the best one out of my friends that played the game. So, and then Gazelle. I always liked Gazelle when Yugi used it in the anime. So it's a pretty sentimental card. Moving on, a lot of these cards may not be as valuable to me, and we're gonna go a lot faster through these, but I love this page. It's full of some of my favorite dragons. Of course, rare ones too. These were from the structure deck, the Chaos structure deck. My only Egyptian god card. I would love to have the original artwork ones, the actual ones that you could duel with, but and actually, these were from the structure deck. This one was not, sorry. The Chaos structure deck. And I love the Dragoonides. They've always got some really cool designs. So, moving on, a lot of these were just ones that I picked up in packs or tins. I love Void Ogre Dragon. That's a really cool card. Got some of the Xyz. I dueled with these a little bit on Dueling Network. I went on to Dueling Network about 2012 or so. It was a pretty happening spot, and I was kind of interested in getting back into the game and stuff. A couple of friends at work were, playing it, so it was not a savory experience. I was not sure what to do, while I was playing with people on there, and I ran into some unsavory people on there, and it kind of turned me off to playing the game. But also, I didn't have the money to get all the competitive cards. I mean, when certain competitive cards are costing $50 a piece, I don't have the money for that. So I would have loved to duel. I would have loved to have dueled with the Jiracs back in the day. They're really cool. I love dinosaurs. I did duel with the Fableds on Dueling Network, a Fable deck, and I really like them, but I wasn't good with them. Guardian Yatos, I loved this monster when Raphael used it in the Seal of Orichalcos arc, and I wanted the cards so bad back in the day. And of course, after I'm done with the game and the anime and everything, I get the cards. So, anyway, moving on, we've got just some, random holographics and stuff. Granosaurus and Gachi, weren't those the very first Xyz monsters, I believe? I could be wrong, but I believe that's right. I love Hieratic Dragon, King of Adam. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of these were just random acquired cards from packs and stuff over the years, and some of the more sentimental cards are to the back outside of those first 2 pages that you saw. First 2-3 pages. Got some of the Yuki's World stuff. Got that Seal of Orichalcos. Of course, it's never going to be able to be used in a duel, right? Official duel. Got some very valuable cards here. 5-headed dragon. Never used that in the game or anything. I should mention, speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, one of the games that I would like to do on this channel is a game that was on the GameCube. Yu-Gi-Oh! Falsebound Kingdom. It was actually a very, very fun game, and I think kind of underrated. So, anyway, that might happen. We'll see. I love the fusion cards. I didn't use Elemental Heroes back in the day, but I did like them. Mirror Force. Of course, I get that Mirror Force years after I'm done. Never actually had it when I played a lot. Raging Flame Sprite, one of my favorite cards to use in GX Duel Academy. One of my favorites. Got some random cards here. Some of these are that, I'm not sure what kind of rarity that's called anymore. I can't remember. It's from the Battle Packs. That was the Battle Pack Hollow. Morphing Jar. I remember Bakura using that in the anime. That was really cool. The legendary Six Samurai. I love these cards. Keyzon is missing somewhere. He comes in the structure deck. I know he does, but I cannot find him. But I remember seeing legendary Six Samurai Shien, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. And the legendary Six Samurai or Six Samurai cards are one of my favorite archetypes in the game. They are so cool. They are so awesomely designed. And it was about the only deck on Dueling Network that I could be consistently competitive with. So I love Grace Shogun Shien, Grandmaster. Yeah, I love that deck. That's a deck that I wish I could have played with competitively, like actually, you know, in tournaments and stuff. That would have been fun. Fiendish Chain, that's a good card. Got some other random cards here. These were from the, I feel like they're from the raw yellow packs, but some of them aren't. Here's some older cards. Love Red Eye Zombie Dragon. That's a really awesome card. I like the Sphinx, but they are so hard to get out. Worthless cards right here. Worthless. They're useless, but they are cool looking, especially Dark Flare Knight. Of course, Blackluster Soldier. That's a really cool card. Swift Gaia from the 10, Blade Knight from the 10, Sinister Serpent from... I feel like that was from one of the video games. I think it is. Anyway, Lord of D, really cool card. Guilford the Legend, that's a really awesome card. Some older cards here too. Penguin Soldier. Of course, everybody in the video games was taking that card. Really annoying. Really annoying. Got some really cool spells here. Flew to Somebody Dragon, that's awesome. Loved using United We Stand back in the day. And of course, playset of Graceful Charity. Let's see, they're all started at Pegasus. That's funny, because I know I didn't buy 3 versions of that. I know I didn't. Some spells here. I love these spells. I love Shadow Spell, Magic Cylinder, Call the Haunted. Love them. It's funny, if you guys remember in the anime Spellbinding Circle, they actually gave the effect of Shadow Spell too. Where it not only stops the monster where it can't attack or anything, but it also loses 700 attack. But yeah, they gave that effect to that card. Just a little bit of trivia for you. Magical Hats, of course, it's a classic anime card. Some other cards here that I really liked. I always liked the Guardian cards. And I loved using Mataza the Zapper back in the day because it was like, it can attack twice. So if you could get like United We Stand on it, you've got a card that has over 2,000 attack and could take out a monster and, you know, deal direct damage. And of course, Magician of Faith. This is one of my oldest cards. That's from Metal Raiders, it looks like. Some other random cards here. That's an old one for me. King Tiger Wangu. Let's see, just some random assortments of stuff here. Some older spells that I had. was an anime card, wasn't it? Somebody used that one, I believe. Okay. Multiply. If only it worked like the anime, huh? Where you get a wall of Karibos. And here's another sentimental page, if you will. Summon Skull, all from the starter deck. I, like many a kid, loved Summon Skull and loved using it. It's one of the sickest designed cards they've ever done. And of course, there's been many different versions of Summon Skull made throughout the years. But if you're like me, you're biased and you will say none of them match the epicness of this card. So sick. So sick. And of course, Guy of the Fierce Knight. It's honestly a bad card. 2 sacks for 2,300, but it was an anime card, right? So you love it, if you're like me. Then we got some ninja stuff here. I love ninjas in general, and that Aqua Armor Ninja is such a sick looking card. I like it. And Air Armor, I would love those in like holographic form. I got some more 6am stuff. Here's another sentimental page. Dragons. I love dragons, right? Cyber Dragon, of course, is awesome. I wish I had a Cyber Dragon deck back in the day, but Red Eyes Beat Chick. Some more Dragons. Paladin. That's a really awesome card. Of course, the Armed Dragons. I love the Armed Dragons. I never got higher than level 5 as far as my collection, though, which sucks. And then, of course, the Housing Dragon. More dragons. I love Kiryu. I would use that in decks back in the day. Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Shout out to Pegasus. Then we got the alternate art of the dragons, Dark Arm Dragon, which is really cool. I think the rest of these cards are like sorted by like type or something like that. I got the Black Wing stuff, all these Monster Reborns, and another Mirror Force. Yeah, I have a ton of Monster Reborns. I swear I have more than what's actually right here, but this was stuff from like the first deck that had I think this was from the first like structure / starter deck that had the Xyz monsters, and they were trying to show you how to play them and stuff. So it wasn't anything special, but it was a good way to introduce to the game. Oh, here's some more cards that I absolutely love. Dark Blade. I loved using Dark Blade back in the day. Sweet looking card, right? And then of course Gearfried. I liked the Mystic Swordsman as well. Not sure what this page is all about, except for those Ojamas down there at the bottom. Some of these cards I honestly don't remember why they're in here, because I put this binder together years ago. And honestly, I've gotten new cards since then that I've not even put in here. I believe. Got a whole thing of Dark Holes here. I believe I've actually got a lot more than what's even here. Swords. Love swords, of course. And Pot of Greed, which, what does it do, guys? It allows you to draw 2 cards. Just making sure you knew. Because some people don't remember that. It's kind of difficult. Premature Burial, one of my personal favorite cards. Love it. Got some zombie stuff here. Love Malevolent Mech Goku. Pyramid Turtle, that's an awesome card. Because you can get Red Eye Zombie Dragon out with it, right? It's really cool. And of course, Spirit Reaper, that's a great tech card. Or it used to be. Tons of trap holes. Tons of MSTs. Spellbinding Circle. Yeah, I would love to do some Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content for this channel outside of this. I don't know what I'll do exactly. But we'll see. Got a lot of Change of Hearts. Don't weird stuff. And then the first sidekick monsters, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe that is. Just some random stuff here. Just some random stuff here. Need to fill it out. More random cards. I don't know why Luster Dragon is all the way back here. So, I don't know. Maybe I can get a ROM of a couple of the Yu-Gi-Oh games and play them on here. Of course, Falsebound Kingdom as well. Got the Resonator stuff. Let's see. I don't think there's anything. Got the Mad World, or Dark World, I mean. Dark World stuff. I actually had a Tragodia. Actually, the Dark World structure deck. That's where all those came from. Got some Warriors here. Witch of the Black Forest. Dark Magician of Chaos. Oh, an Obelisk. What is Obelisk? See, I can tell I haven't rearranged the stuff in my binder here in quite some years, because Obelisk would have been up there with Raw, I believe. But yeah, Dark Magician of Chaos, Skull Archfiend of Lightning. These are from the battle packs too. I had actually made a video of my battle pack opening, because I had gotten like the booster box and I didn't upload it. That was so stupid. The video's long since lost. That is ridiculous. What a waste, right? Some good tech cards here like Snatch Deal, a Treeborn Frog, Premature Burial. Got the Monarchs there. That's really cool. Ring of Destruction. So many good old cards in here, man. Mad Dog, one of the early 1900 attack monsters that didn't have a drawback. And of course, you guys saw Alexandrite Dragon back there. That was one of the first. I think it was the first 2000 monster that didn't have a drawback. Got the Phoenix Chains and Battle Fader, Buster Blader. I loved Buster Blader, like his look, and I loved using him in Falsebound Kingdom. And these were my first ones. Love Raikou. I love Raikou. Got the Skilled White Magician. And we are pretty much done. Got some random XCs here in the back. Got another Cyber Dragon. Yeah, I've got to reorganize this sucker. Judgment Dragon. Elemental Hero Sparkman. That's the alternate art, isn't it? I believe it is. Elemental Hero Necro Shade. And then, yeah, just some random stuff here. And then some free pages. So anyway, that's going to do it for my Yu-Gi-Oh binder. Obviously, it needs to be redone to match my personal tastes. I believe I just, threw a bunch of cards in there that I like to fill it out. And I hadn't reorganized in a while. But yeah, these first 2 or 3 pages represent a lot of years for me as far as the franchise. And I eventually went back and watched like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and I enjoyed that. And, but everything after that, I'm just like, and I don't care for the game anymore. I feel like they've changed it so far from what it used to be. And yeah, Xyz, pendulums, link summoning, all that stuff is just beyond me. It's like, give me the classic game any day. So anyway, this binder will probably be updated with my Pokemon cards and reorganized Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. So, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. As I said, I would like to do a couple of more Yu-Gi-Oh related content video stuff for this channel, and I'll try to think of that if anyone's interested. Again, thank you guys for watching. Every like, comment, subscription, positive feedback, or constructive criticism, whatever, is greatly appreciated. And if you liked this video, be sure to check out my other videos. I'm trying to have a pretty consistent uploading schedule as long as I can think of ideas for you. And that's going to do it from here. Deafening silence out. Take care, guys.